Chapter 26 Midsummer 907, Ethelflaed's country estate. The mother of the monastery was in frantic conversation with the abbess Hild, which brought Hild into a state of emergency whereby she hurried about, finally bringing two children with her to Ethelflaed's estate at Saltwick. Aethelstan and Ciora had long known one another, so the journey passed pleasantly. They liked Saltwick, and Ethelflaed was always generous to them, with her time, with her hospitality. However, today, she was distracted and left Aethelstan and Ciora in the company of her daughter Elfwin. Whch was no company at all for them. In her rooms maps were laid out. On accosting Hild, Ethelflaed drew her over to them. Hild gave them a good luck, though she could not deduce Ethelflaed's urgency with them. Bibbenberg, she said, simply. Uted's home. Hild finished. A woman called herself of Bibbenberg, Ethelflaed clarified, pushing a piece of parchment over to her. The title declaration of the fortress. It makes it clear that Uted was to inherit. It also mentions a daughter. Folded up inside the titles was another, a piece of parchment which named the woman of Bibbenberg, detailing her marriage, long ago, to Guthard Harthknutson. He was clever, the old king of Alba. Domhnall. Ethelflaed tried, the name on her lips. He knew the power of recording events and housing knowledge, just as her father had known it. So that was where the bitch had been, all that time. Very clever. She pushed the documents towards Hild, who peered at them. Ethelflaed looked further on. The parchment buckled at one edge, and was a little damaged, but the name of the woman was indeed written there. Edra. Ethelflaed knew. Then her father had known. Guthard had married her. Spe had fled from Alba. She had fought in both the Wessex and Mercian armies and, grudgingly, Ethelflaed had to admit, had fought incredibly well. Edra? The abbess nodded. Osrith had given her true name to Hild as she brought Boker's daughter to him, and now Uted's sister was, by the measure of it, setting herself to the very fortress that was Uted's by right. She would be there, at Bibbenberg, in alliance with her younger brother, with the Scots on her side, fighting against him, fighting now. She looked grimly back to the parchment again, gratified she had shared the bitch's identity with Hild. It would be a joy to be the one to tell Uted of his sister.